Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Taurus and Scorpio on Mondays. Also, for those of you guys who are interested, the deck that I'm using today is called the Influences of the Angels Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, the link is in the description below. Also, just as a heads up, sometimes the cards like to flip over in the deck. I do see them, however, I usually don't take them unless they jump out like these ones have. And the goal here is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and then we can get started on your reading. Alright. So I'm just going to take this moment to remind you guys that if you enjoy the reading, please leave a like or a comment. It's the best way for me to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But we have the Death card here as your overall energy, right? Now the Death card is symbolic of some kind of change or ending. And I feel like right now you guys are very much in a state of mind or in a position where you're kind of at a crossroads. And that's why you're seeing this Death card. I'm getting a bit of a Tower energy with this Death card. Not necessarily in the fact of how powerful or how big and dramatic the Tower moment can be, so much as like the fact that there's something here in your life that isn't quite serving you, and that's why you're getting this Death card. There's some kind of situation here, and I'm getting it might have to do with habits. Possibly you guys are in a certain pattern of thinking that makes it a little bit difficult for you to get the things that you want. And that's why you have this Death card here, is because it's time for transformation. And I feel like you guys are you're going to see a lot of that. So I see the Emperor here with the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups to me is some kind of an emotional message, right? And the fact that the Page of Cups is in reverse, it almost makes me feel like somebody is going to come forth in a way that is very emotionally immature, or whatever they come forth with will be badly recepted, right? So I feel like in part this person sees you as the Emperor, and that's why the Page of Cups is in reverse, because it's almost like they're afraid to come and talk to you. It's almost like they're afraid to approach you because they sort of see that you're not quite on their level, or perhaps like at a different stage in your life. And the Emperor here, which can also be a representative of Aries, especially if you guys have heavy Aries in your chart. If you don't, that doesn't particularly matter. It's just extra confirmation if you do. But I feel like this is the way they see you, and as a result, they're afraid to come forth. And I think that they are wishing for the Fool card here, because we have the Nine of Swords, or sorry, the Nine of Cups here. And the Nine of Cups talks about wish fulfillment, right? But the fact that it's in reverse, the Nine of Cups here, it tells me that they sort of have this wish that isn't being fulfilled, or this wish that's being blocked. There is a difference. And I feel like part of what it is that they want this new sort of beginning, this sort of light and fluffy energy, and a new beginning, maybe going further into the relationship with you. But it's almost like probably part of it is the fact that they see you as the Emperor here, and you're just a little bit intimidating. I feel like they're a little bit intimidated by the connection, a little bit intimidated by the fact that you like carry yourself the way you do. And as a result, they're sort of worried to move forward. I feel like this person is very insecure in a lot of ways. Whenever I see the Emperor or the Empress and I don't feel like the energy matches from the other side, then you can almost assuredly say that there's going to be some kind of insecurity coming from the other side, because if they have you basically on a pedestal, and I feel like as a result that's why there's all this energy of blockage. And like these two cards here are cup cards, right? And so that's emotion, so there's emotional blockages. But it's weird because you have the Page of Wands here, which is like an emotion, or rather a passionate message. So for some of you, this connection might already be like taking off the ground somewhere. But you also have the Four of Pentacles. Now the Four of Pentacles is a very interesting card because it talks about sometimes selfishness, sometimes egocentricity. But I feel like sometimes when you get the the Four of Pentacles, it's like you need to really, I want to say hoard your resources, but the word hoard almost has like a negative connotation. It's you need to gather your resources. You guys need to sort of stockpile and work for the things that you want right now. And I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with, you know, looking after number one first. And I feel like that's where you need to be right now, because if you're unable to take care of yourself, then you're going to be unable to take care of other people. And what I mean by like taking care of yourself, I don't think that you guys are incapable of that. I just think that a lot of you guys are overgivers. And as a result, you put yourself in these situations where like all these people have asked of you and you just can't complete everything because so many people have asked of you, and you're being tugged from all these different sides. And it just feels like a headache right now, to be honest. I feel like you guys are doing so many things and it's like very stressful, very sort of like migraine inducing. And I feel like that's kind of where you're at. Like you're just trying to gather yourself up, and this person is like seeing that, and at the same time they want to like come and help you and they want to come and be a part of your life, but at the same time they're really self-conscious and a little insecure about how they can go forth with this connection. But I don't think that you are necessarily in the same mind frame as they are. I do want to point out, though, that with this Death card, I feel like some of you guys are either in that mindset or are actively working against that, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like some of you guys might have insecurities about the connection from your side to their side as well, but I feel like you're really working on that. And I feel like if you know and you're aware that the other person is like concerned and that they think that you're out of their league or whatever, and you really want to work on this connection, you're working on that. You're taking the steps to sort of reassure them and tell them that, you know, it's fine and things are okay. And I feel like in part of that, that's why we have this Judgment and this Two of Cups here. Because the Two of Cups talks about soulmates, right? So I feel like you guys are very much invested into this situation here. And I feel like you've sort of passed this judgment of like, no, I want you and that's okay. Like, I feel like they've idealized you to a little, to an extent, and I feel like you may have idealized them as well. But with the Judgment card here, there's like this energy that sort of beckons you to make decisions with both feet planted firmly on the ground. And, you know, you Taurus being an earth sign, it's very easy for you to do that. And I feel like you may have in the past been like, had your head up in the clouds, or like been really deep in the pool of emotions, or, you know, in the fire of passions or whatever, but now you're sort of like returning to your grounded energy. And I feel like that's really nice for you. I do want to point this out. You have the Emperor here, which is the card of Aries, and then the Death card, which is the card of Scorpio. I've already mentioned the Emperor, but I hadn't mentioned the Scorpio card of Death, so again, extra confirmation. But like I was saying, I feel like you guys genuinely have a very deep connection with this person, especially with the Two of Cups, like I was saying. But more than anything, you just need to sort of return to your grounded energy, because I feel like with this Two of Cups, you've sort of been in this like very dreamy, ethereal state, which probably has a whole lot to do more with like your emotions or your passions and not so much with like your stability or your groundedness. So definitely getting grounded will help you a lot with this Four of Pentacles. And then working on the connection, just like through time, you're going to be able to flip these two cards over and see a lot more of wish fulfillment. But that was your reading first time around, Taurus. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Taurus videos on Tuesdays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.